Is it recording?
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
Chocolate and cardiovascular disease. There are a few factors in chocolate that lower the risk of CVD. One of them is flavonoids, which are an antioxidant in cocoa that prevent damaging antioxidation of cells. The main type of flavonoid that's found in cocoa is flavanol, which is a type of antioxidant. And dark chocolate has a higher concentration of cocoa, which means that the concentration of flavanol is higher, but milk chocolate also does contain cocoa, which means that some of the benefits of the antioxidants are there as well. It helps to reduce blood pressure and helps with better flow of blood to the heart, which is related to lowering of blood pressure. And it also helps prevent blood clots and breaks down clots that are already there and existing. Another factor in chocolate that lowers the risk of CVD are polyphenols, which are found in plants. They're a phytochemical and an antioxidant that are similar to flavonoids and reduce oxidative stress caused by free radicals. There are many different types of them, and they help improve blood vessel health along with the antioxidants we mentioned before. They're important for helping protect against clots, as we also mentioned before, and CVD risks, and are beneficial for platelet function. Monounsaturated fats are the other factor in chocolate that lower the risk of CVD. Cocoa butter is composed of monounsaturated fat and oleic acid, and these healthy fats reduce blood pressure, increase HDL, cholesterol levels in the blood, which are the good types of cholesterol. They prevent oxidation from free radicals, so the cells are not destroyed as much, and increase the blood vessel health, just like the other ones that we did mention.
Okay, so we're going to look at a study that kind of tests these factors that we looked at in chocolate and CVD. So the study that we're going to look at was conducted by the Aberdeen University in Norfolk, United Kingdom, and their objective was to examine the association between chocolate intake and the risk of future cardiovascular events. First, we'll look at the methods that were used in the Aberdeen study. So the study was conducted by examining over 25,000 men and women in the Norfolk area. Between 1993 and 1997, health and lifestyle questionnaires, including food frequency questionnaires, were conducted to determine habitual chocolate intake levels. At this time, health examinations were conducted by trained nurses to look at height, weight, blood pressure, total cholesterol, HDL, LDL, and triglyceride levels. These health examinations continued until the end of the study in 2008. The study used in the meta-analysis came from a search on PubMed and EMBase for associations between chocolate and cardiovascular disease. For the results of the Aberdeen study, about 21,000 participants were used to draw a conclusion about the associations between chocolate and cardiovascular disease. During the study, about 20% of the people claimed to not have consumed any chocolate at all. The median chocolate consumption was about 7 grams per day. What the study found was that about 3,013 or 14.4% of all participants experienced fatal or non-fatal cardiovascular disease, stroke, or both. About 1,107 or 5.3% of participants experienced fatal cardiovascular disease. Also, chocolate consumers had about an 11% lower risk of cardiovascular disease compared to non-chocolate eaters. Chocolate consumers had about 25% lower risk of cardiovascular related deaths. So on this table, it shows the results of the associations between the chocolate and both total and fatal cardiovascular disease. The different models show how each one was adjusted for other factors such as age, sex, physical activity, etc. The quintiles represents the amount of chocolate consumed per day For example, quintile 1 represents the non-consumers, and quintile 5 represents chocolate consumers who ate between 5.6 and 98.8 grams per day. I want to point out a trend between chocolate consumption and cardiovascular disease in the table. In both the total and fatal rows, you can see that the percentage of cardiovascular disease in each quintile gradually decreases, supporting the claim that chocolate decreases both non-fatal and fatal risk factors for cardiovascular disease. On the following graph, it shows how the current study compares to other studies that were used in the meta-analysis. This graphic illustrates that all studies that were used in analysis show chocolate having a beneficial effect in regard to cardiovascular disease. So in conclusion, the study conducted by Aberdeen University shows that chocolate consumption up to 100 grams a day can lower the risks of future cardiovascular disease events. The findings in this study support other studies that were used in the meta-analysis. It is also important to recognize some of the limitations to the study, including the potential for reverse causality, underreporting, and the usage of food frequency questionnaires. And although this study and several other studies show similar results, it is an observational study, so no concrete conclusion can be met. However, it's safe to say that chocolate can and could potentially have a decrease or create a decrease in future cardiovascular disease.